Today we'll discuss how to draw on a tablet, in this case an iPad. And as I'm a nice guy, I'm actually going to show you how to think about this type of questions in general. Welcome, I'm Olivier Girard, ergonomist, posture therapist, author of the Posture Manual and creator of the Posture Academy. Whenever you wonder how you should do XYZ, you need to think step by step. Step one is should you be sitting, standing, or sometimes sit standing. And basically it's a matter of, how big is the object and how much effort do you need to apply. In this case, sitting works perfectly fine. So step one is how do I sit well? To sit well, you need to have your feet firmly on the ground in such a way that you can rest your pelvis at the back of the chair and therefore give your weight to the chair. So this is really the essential message in terms of sitting is I give my weight to the chair. Where do I do this? In the pelvic area. There are many other videos on my channel on how to sit well, plus I'm linking here the self-assessment form. Fill it in, it's going to give you a free report on what you do right versus what you do wrong. So step one, I protect my back. Step two now. Step two is what I call in the posture manual, posture rule number 2. And step one was posture rule number 1. Posture rule number 2 states that you will never suffer from having a neck which is too relaxed. In other words, now that you protected your spine, we're going to put your work within the comfortable range of motion for your neck, which includes 2 aspects. Aspect number 1 is what you do with your hands, i.e. with your elbows. Aspect number 2 is what you do with your neck, i.e. with your eyes. What are the movement allowances? Well, you can consider that you may have your elbows 0 to 20 degrees to the side, 0 to 20 degrees forward, and somewhere between your heart and your belt. So this is what I call the cube of work. This is where the object that I'm using my hands on should be located. In terms of the neck, well, what I aim at is going between 0 and 20 degrees of neck flexion, because you see when I flex my neck, here it becomes heavy. That doesn't mean a line of sight which goes 0 to 20 degrees, because you see when my neck is bent 20 degrees, my line of sight is much deeper than that. But you see, it's not completely overlapping in the sense that when my hands are here, my line of sight is a bit above that. So sometimes we have to find a compromise. And this is exactly the problem of the precision industry, but also of the smartphone, the tablets, and all the small screens, touch screens. I mean, they are meant to put your eyes at the same place as your hand, and that doesn't work too well. So here, clearly, we're finding a compromise, and this is why your neck endurance on a laptop will never be as much as on a desktop. But let's do our best. If I want to be comfortable eyes-wise, I should be somewhere around here. Yeah? And if I want to be comfortable hands-wise, well, I'm still kind of okay here. The only thing is that you see, as I'm left-handed, the line of my hand, if I would have a pen and write, is rather a diagonal line, meaning like this, than a horizontal line, which would create a twist in my back and in my neck. So that would be the position in which I would like to have the iPad to work. That was step 2. So you see, it creates kind of a workplace in the air. Step 3 is to replace the air by something, i.e. what can we do to, support the iPad in this position. My step 1 would be to raise my desk, I'm raising my desk here, and part of the job has been done. Now, I still need to fix this tilt angle. How do I fix it? Well, probably a laptop rest or something can do the job. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use this small thing here. The angle is not completely good enough and etc. But you see the point. I want to raise the laptop or the iPad and tilt it a little, whilst it's not completely in front of me, but rather turned. Now, where is it left, right? Well, you see, if I put it right in the middle, I'm twisting. So it should rather be in front of the elbow with which I write. Once you have done that, you have step 1, protected your back. Step 2, protected your neck. Step 3, supported the iPad in a position that protects your neck. it's often a compromise. Then step 4 is to review your body and to try and eliminate two things. One thing is pressure points, yeah, and the other thing is extreme joint angles, such as lateral deviation or extension. And you see here, my problem is due to the fact that I had to raise my desk, I have a bit of a pressure point under that forearm area, which could lead me to spreading my elbows like this. So what can I do? I can say, okay, look, I'm gonna bring my desk down, and instead of raising the desk, I'm gonna raise the iPad alone, and therefore I create a stand which is not only tilted but a bit higher than the desk. In my case, I've just raised or lowered the desk just now by 1 inch. So in the end, if I take 3 books, how would I simulate something which looks okay for me? Well, I would do this. You see, here at the front I have 2 books so that the iPad is tilted. Here on this part I have 1 book so that it's raised without raising the desk, and this would be my final drawing position. Again, focus less on the result than on the process. These 4 steps are essential, and if you master them, you will never need someone like me anymore, because basically you will follow the same process as I do in the industry to create any type of workplace. It will work all the time.